Hey YouTube community, this is my practice run. My name is Kat, short for Katrina, and I am the empathic or the empath manager. Just wanted to say hi to everyone. I've never done a video before. This is my first time. But something compelled me, something called from my heart to do this video out there for everyone who's an empath because it is a crazy time. We are amidst a pandemic, a global phenomenon that would be considered by a lot probably as a negative occurrence around the world. So, why am I doing this? I figured that it is a time for mental well being, it is a time for mental health. And because of that, as one empath to the global community of empaths, I figured I would reach out. So, what I'm going to do today is do just a very quick introduction of myself, just what I tried to do. And beyond that, I am going to just give 3 quick tips as an empath as to how we can thrive in the current global climate, if you will. Um, so I'll do the introduction first. My name is Kat. I'm a self-confessed and not just a self-diagnosed, but a justified or a proven to be empath. And I have been a manager for about 7 years. I've been a people manager. And being an empath and a people manager has provided me with wonderful opportunities and also some cutting lessons about my nature and how I can succeed and be helpful given my gifts. That is what I'm about. What compelled me to do this video? We are in a special time. So I figured just tips and tricks would be helpful for everyone who is an empath like myself. Tip number 1 during this pandemic of COVID-19 or the coronavirus is self-love, self-nurturing, and the search for well-being. So if you're an empath, then you would realize that you need some of your alone space. So this is a good opportunity for alone space. However, it might be a time for too much alone space, which is not good as a human being. So tip number 1 would be to still find social connections, even though you cannot always be physically present amongst other people. How do you do this? It's probably one of the good uses of social media, being able to reach out to others and to connect. We are human beings, and by that very nature, we need to be connected with others. We need to nurture our relationships, even though this is probably not the best time to be physically present with others. That would be my tip number 1. Tip number 2 would be to limit your watching of the news. It is a time that people seem to be obsessed with finding out what's going on. That is fair. You want to know what is the latest and greatest with this pandemic. However, I would caution you because given our nature as empaths, absorbing a lot of that negative energy can be amplified within us and can cause spirals. It's bad enough for some people who are not empaths to go through this, but your power as an empath is your manifestation, absorption, and sharing of energy. And absorbing too much negative energy at once can create a vortex within you. And that negative energy vortex can touch other pieces of your life. And do you really want that for yourself? So number 2 would be moderate your watching of the news. And my tip for empaths during the pandemic, tip number 3, would be to have fun. I know, it's out of the box. It's probably not what you expected. It's probably in line with tip number 1, which is self-care. Try to find things that you've been trying to do for a long time now, but haven't had the time to do so. Read your books. Maybe find a hobby that you can do at home. Dwell on self-improvement. Educate yourself. And basically, you know that little list that you had in the back of your head for items that you always wanted to do if you could only be at home and be settled for enough time without having to run around? This is your opportunity. This is it. So, those are my 3 tips to round out again. Number 1, concentrate on self love. Number 2, don't watch too much of news. And number 3 is have fun and get into that list that you've always wanted to do. Now you'll have the time, now you'll have the space within your home to go and revel. I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you guys think that this is useful. And signing off, this is my first video of all time. And be healthy and be wealthy. Thank you.